Hello and welcome to another magical filled episode of Movie Match Reviews on YouTube. Today's movie is the 2016 sequel to the 2013 sleeper hit Now You See Me. And they came back for round 2 in Now You See Me 2. So the plot line this time around is the Horsemen are in hiding, and this time they're told by the Eye to to expose a corrupt businessman, Owen Case. So they're about to expose him when something goes wrong and somebody leaks all their secrets, like Jack Wilder's still alive. Their handler Dylan Rhodes is a traitor to the FBI. And so it's like now here it's revealed that Rhodes is actually an alias. His real name is Dylan Shrike. Hate to arrive a spoiler. So now he's on the run from his former employees who want to arrest him for treason. And the Horsemen now have to figure out who it is that exposed them. And eventually they end up in Macau, where it turns out the person who exposed them was Owen's partner, Walter Maybury. Apparently the two men were and from what he says, the two men were partners, and one of them betrayed the other or something. So he faked his death, and so he could control other companies on the grid while he's off of the grid. So, and that's just reveal number one in a lot of reveals that this movie has. Again, I said reveal number 2 was Rhodes as an alias, but so far. So, while Now You See Me, the first one was a big hit, it would make sense that they would order a second one. And the second one banks on the assumption you saw or are familiar with what the first one was because while it's a director, the same story team had came back to work on this one. So there is a lot of continuity between the first and the second one. It assumes you're familiar with the twist ending. The first one had that Rhodes was behind the plot. Jack Wilder faked his death, although that was done before numerous times. And it's one of those sequels where it's like, it's good, but not as good, because the first one had a mystical air to it, but with this one, since you have to go in knowing when the first movie's resolution, I kind of felt that took a lot of the mystical air of it away, particularly in hindsight. If you go back and watch the first one again with the sequel in mind, and they do try to compensate for that by having another twist where the the Morgan Freeman character was actually with them the whole time, and the stuff he was doing retroactively in the first movie was supposed to be part of a facade or something. thing. And so I kind of liked that idea, but I kind of really also didn't because, again, like I said, since in the first movie he was such a smug sleazeball, and then retroactively it's like, oh no, he was not a sleaze, it was just a facade. But the rest of the cast did it, again, like I said, mostly the same team came back. The newcomers were okay. The girl didn't kind of really have that punch to her I was hoping, and she's one of those where it's like she's a rookie, but she's more in line with the true nature, and that kind of stick kind of gets old really fast. Daniel Radcliffe as the villain is actually what saved the sequel. Cool. Because going in, I thought, oh, the sequel was going to be crap, but it turns out it actually wasn't. So yeah, it had a good story, but it banked on the fact that you had to see the first to get it. The good casting, and the director was not the same, and he did a good job. So I recommend this, but you almost have to watch the first one first. So that was Now You See Me 2. You can check the channel for my previous work, and the next review will be Beauty and the Beast. So this movie Matt signing off.